Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter, and I hope you're having a great day today. Got some people in the chat. We got Dawn, we got Deanna, we got Sharon, Flicky Chickies here, Rosanna's here, Melissa, Charlotte, Katie, Shelby. Hi, Ian, and all in chat. Just saying hello as I'm heading out the door for lunch with my aunt. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Good that you stopped by and say hello, Shelby. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be honest, my eyes are really tired today. I think I've been playing way too much Fortnite. Becca has gotten me addicted to that, and we have been playing like lunatics all the time. So I think I need to lay off the Fortnite for a little bit because my eyes just don't seem to focus very well right now. I've also been staying up too late playing Fortnite. Anywho, hi everyone, welcome back. Oh, I forgot to turn on the light. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn this light on. Hold on. Let me turn the spooky atmosphere on. There we go. Ooh, spooky, so spooky, so spooky. Thank you, Judge Brownie. She says, oh, I love that shirt. Thank you. Last week, y'all liked the shirt that Bill got me. This week, I've got this shirt that I bought myself because I love it. And yeah, there you go. Laura says, that shirt looks amazing on you. Toss, toss. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Let's see. Anybody else jumping in? Everyone's saying hello. Hi, everyone. Hit that button for Ian's channel. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that so much. Happy Sunday, Layla. Good to see you here today. So, what are we doing today? I don't really have any announcements, to be completely honest with you, other than I am so proud of Becca. If you didn't catch Becca's live on Friday, we were surprised. Both of us were very surprised because I went to pick up the items from the State Fair of Virginia. In fact, if you look back there, you might see two new ribbons, including a nice, well, it's not blue because it's mixing with the green color back there. But you see two new ribbons back there. I got my ribbons picked up from the State Fair of Virginia and I added them immediately to the wall behind me. So that wall is getting filled up very quickly. I have off camera left, so that wall's almost completely filled. 16 ribbons is now the count, which is amazing. Thank you, Jonathan. Don't forget there's emojis and stuff you can use. If you are a channel member, you can do that. So yeah, went and picked up my items as well as Becca's items, and it was interesting because as they were bringing, so I scoured social media looking for our quilts and our items, and I found all of them, and I had seen Becca's Mufasa off in the distance and it didn't look like there was any ribbons on it. And then they brought over her quilt and I saw tails, they had folded it into the quilt and I saw tails sticking out, and I was like, that's suspicious. That's weird. I was like, huh? But there were no ribbons on it. And so I took it out to the car and pulled back the quilt and saw that she had won People's Choice. And I knew she was going to be extremely excited about that. And so I brought it over to her house and was like, she had joked with me. She was like, before I left, she was like, hey, bring me back a ribbon. And I was like, well, maybe I'll steal the one off of Sean's quilt and stick it on yours. And we laughed and it was funny. And then I was like, well, I told you I was going to bring you a surprise. And she got really excited. So super happy about that. Hi, Josh. Good to have you here. Hello, Ian. And all love your shirt and congratulations on those ribbons. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate, oh, my chair is in recline mode. Let me turn that off so I don't keep doing that during the, whole live stream today. So, is today, Thanksgiving in our friends in Canada? Do our friends in Canada celebrate Thanksgiving today? I don't remember if it probably tells me on my phone and my watch, but anywho. So yeah, super excited for all the ribbons, and I'm so proud of Becca for winning People's Choice. Can we just talk about how amazing that is? That's pretty freaking amazing. The State Fair of Texas never did People's Choice, so I think it's pretty cool that Virginia does that. But yeah, congratulations to her on that. So, what are we doing today? Well, we're hopefully going to finish the quilt that we started last week. This is a free pattern. This is Layer Cake Lattice Quilt. It is a free pattern that you can pick up from the Fat Quarter Shop. I have a link down in the description of this video, but if you are here live, active in chat, you can type exclamation pattern in the chat. And that will bring up the pattern link so you can go download it. It is a free download, but please do me a favor. If you are planning to do this quilt, please go over to that download and download it. Please don't just copy what I'm doing. Like, give the Fat Quarter Shop their credit for, you know, putting that pattern out there. The analytics of websites is really important. I know I talk about this every time I talk about a free pattern, but I'm going to talk about it every time I talk about a free pattern because it's important to give the artist, the creator, the whoever, their credit. So make sure to go download the pattern. It's free. Why wouldn't you go download it, even as like reference so you can look back at it? It's an easy pattern. You could probably recreate it, but don't. Go download the pattern. Do I need to say it again? Go download the pattern. Shelly says, hey everyone, greetings from North Dakota. It's blustery day here today. Going to finish sewing borders on a scrap quilt. That's awesome. Love that. So, homework. I spent yesterday, because it's been a busy week for me. Work has been really busy for me this week, so I've barely had time to breathe and play Fortnite. So Vicky says, hi Ian, just got out of the hospital yesterday. Very scary. Got AFib. I am so, like, hopefully you're doing better. I assume since you are out of the hospital that you are doing better. I am so glad to hear that you are out of the hospital. I am so sorry that you're going through that, and hope that everything works itself out and everything is good. It's one of the reasons why I love my Apple Watch. Not sponsored, anything like that. However, it is great for detecting things like AFib and sleep apnea and all the things, and blood oxygen and all that kind of stuff. Again, not sponsored, but that's why I wear the watch, because it's helpful for keeping track of health data like that. So hope you're doing better, and hope that everything resolves and you get to 100% soon. Judy says, I will definitely be downloading the pattern. Found the perfect layer cake for it. Awesome. I talked with Leo this week too, and he said that, I think he said he was going to try and use a layer cake and make a quilt like this one as well. So very cool. Okay, so back to my homework that I've been working on this week, getting this done. Yesterday, I was finishing sewing those two black solid fabrics on either side of that smaller rectangle, and I ran out of fabric. Now, I had originally stolen this fabric from Becca anyways, so I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? So I ended up raiding her stash again. I went over there and I raided her stash and found another black, but it is not the same. It is not the same black. So you know how there's like slight differences between fabrics, even between like runs of fabric. So if you get one bolt, it can be one shade, and you can get another bolt and it's another shade. That's kind of what I'm dealing with. First time I grabbed the double dip black from Art Gallery off of her shelf, and so that's what most of the squares are made out of. But then I ran out, so then I switched over to Moda fabrics, and they are not exactly the same color. As much as I would love to have it be the same exact color, it's not. It is what it is, though. It will be fine. I did lay everything out, and you can tell some differences between the blacks. So they are a little bit of a shade different, but it is still going to come out fine. It's not going to be super noticeable, and if anybody's looking at your quilt that closely, then they don't deserve your quilt, just saying. Just saying. Vicky says, I love my Apple Watch, just need to take my medication. Vicky, that is very important. You should definitely take your medication, and I'm glad that you have an Apple Watch so you can keep track on that. Joshua says, crazy busy indeed, finally getting back to projects, backstitching the binding to pillars at the moment, so close to being done. I hope it finishes well for you, Josh. Black fabric is very tricky, says Laura, and they are not all the same color, even in the same brand. That is true. That is absolutely true. Black can be very finicky. So all that to say, I did finally finish all the blocks. I laid out all the blocks and put them into the order that I wanted them to be in. So hopefully by the end of this live stream, if I will stop yapping and actually get into it, we should have a finished, complete top. And we will be able to, I'll be able to show that off. But with all that said, let's start. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have laid out all of the fabrics I've ordered them. So now all we're going to do is we're just going to sew all of those blocks together, and then we're going to sew all those rows together. That's how it's going to work today. I don't know where I want to put this. I guess I'll put it here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't ever know what I'm doing. I don't ever know what I'm doing, it seems like. All right, so I did press my seams all the same direction because I didn't know which piece was going to go where, right? So I didn't know, I couldn't get my pieces to, what am I trying to say? I didn't press my seams in a certain direction. I pressed them all the same. And so you will see me twist my seams today. Again, this is not going to be a show quilt. It's going to be a utilized and used quilt. So I don't care that I have twisted seams. It is what it is. But that's going to help me nest those seams. So that way I hopefully will get them all lined up. Now, is it going to be perfect? No. Is anything I ever do perfect? No. But we're going to try and get it as close as we can. Sandra says, hello, Ian and friends. Sorry, so late. What are you working on, Ian? I am currently working on, what's the name of this pattern again? This is the Layer Cake Lattice Quilt pattern. It's a free pattern you can get from Fat Quarter Shop. If you'd like the pattern, all you have to do is type !pattern in the chat, and that bot will give you, the command bot will give you the link for you to go check out this pattern and download it for yourself. It makes several different sizes. You can get multiple sizes out of this pattern. I'm doing it a little bit differently than what the instructions say, and by that I mean I just laid out all my blocks. I have 42 squares, and so it is 6 by 7 if I remember correctly. So there you go. Let's see. Josh says Jonathan Pumpkin has made a great recovery. 5 days of awful and woke up to her yesterday being her full self again. Thanks for asking. I'm glad to hear that, Josh. Deborah says, good morning, Ian. Love you lots. Glad to be here. I'm glad you're here as well. I have a weird notification on my screen. Give me 2 seconds. Where's my mouse? Oops, that's not the button I wanted to push. What is happening over here? Let me click this button right here. I've got a notification button and I don't know what it... Oh, okay. That's what that is. Okay, cool. Got it. That was actually something that I was going to talk about. YouTube, finally, not finally, YouTube let people know, I wouldn't say let its creators know, but they talked about, regain thoughts. Let me come back here. So YouTube made some new enhancements that are coming over the next couple of weeks, month or two maybe. One of the things that YouTube is doing is they will start streaming in vertical and horizontal. So like right now, in theory, they will take my live stream and they'll push it out both as a horizontal here in my video. But if you just happen to be swiping through the, what do they call them? The reels, the shorts. If you're swiping through shorts, you may come across my live in a vertical format. So they're looking at doing it in both horizontal and vertical. So that's something that's happening at some point. Another thing that another enhancement that they've made is they have made it so that you can do a regular live stream and then you can transition that live stream into a members only. So if you are not a member of the channel, it will actually boot you out of the video, out of the live stream, and it'll just keep the members of the channel in the live stream. I want to make sure that no one gets freaked out that I'm going to start kicking people out of my live streams while it's happening. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If I do that, I'm going to make it very clear, and it's going to be an extra. It's not going to be something that I just kick people out of the live and bye. If you don't pay for my channel, goodbye. That's not happening. it would be an extra that happens. So maybe on a Sunday, what I'll do is I will live stream normally for roughly 2 hours. And then maybe I'll do a third hour for members only, right? So we'll transition from the regular live stream into a members only hour and hang out and all that kind of stuff. I will make that very clear, and I will make sure to give plenty of warning so that people are not like it doesn't just happen and people are like, what happened? I'll make it very clear, and that way people know like what's happening, okay? Are they about to boot or just can't chat? I think, Mona, I think they are actually transitioned out of the video so that you won't be able to see chat or anything like that. Again, all of this is still very new and I'm still learning about it, so I don't know all the details. I am learning along with y'all on what's happening and how this all works. I got to keep on top of this stuff and it's hard to keep up sometimes. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that that is some new things that are coming. It popped up on my screen saying that it was an active feature that I can now use if I so choose to. It's not going to happen today. Just letting you know that it is not happening today. We are going to proceed as normal, and we'll find out. We'll find out together as it happens. So, Bonus says that's good for the vertical people. I dislike vertical. Yeah, it's it is what it is, and I think it's more for catching people who are just swiping and they come across my video. That would be a helpful feature for that. Let's see. I noticed the font is different as well, and I didn't update my. I don't know about that, Judge Brown. I haven't seen that. Sandra says, "Cute shirt, Ian. I'm just over them. I've had cross the line, raising their prices, pushing most people out of every visiting. It's sickening. It's crazy. It's crazy. Are they going to? Let's see. Okay, something sounds. Hi, Ian. Something sounds detailed." Don't let the power to go. No, Jonathan. No. I promise. It's not going to be like that. It's literally just like, it's just going to be something that I can offer to my channel members if I so choose to. I will not, it's not going to be something that I use frequently. It's just going to be like a little bonus for those who do have a channel membership. I'm not going to be, like, that's not going to be the standard version that I go with. Does that make sense? I hope that does. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but basically, I'm not going to abuse it and use it every single live stream. It's going to be on special occasions and every now and again. Laura says, from what I can tell, members only content only allows members to see and interact with it. People who aren't members can likely see that it exists, but won't be allowed in it. Yeah, that's Laura, that's my understanding as well. They'll be able to see that it exists, but they won't actually be able to get into it, if that makes sense. Oh, if you're a member of the channel and sign up from your phone, Apple is charging a fee on top of that, so you have to make sure to sign up through the computer and not your iPad or iPhone. That is true. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that too. They are now allowing people to sign up for the membership through iOS devices, so you can use an iOS device to sign up for the membership. However, just as Jaja pointed out, it is an extra fee. Apple is adding an extra fee on top of it. So just be aware. Know your options. Know what's going on. So yes, you can sign up for the membership through an iOS device now. However, Apple is charging an extra fee on top of that. Making sure. That's what happens with member-only videos. I would assume the same for... Laura, I feel like you're correct. I feel like that is probably the case. But I really want to stress and emphasize to everyone, it is not going to be a regular occurrence on my channel. I do want to give people who do support my channel, a little perk, a little extra, but it's not going to be something where I block people completely from you know, I'm not going to a paid channel. Like, you don't have to pay to view my channel. That's never going to happen here on YouTube unless YouTube does something stupid and like forces me to do that, which I hope never happens. I hope YouTube continues to be free forever. But what I'm saying is it does give me an extra little option to use to give channel members an extra little perk, an extra little reward, whatever you want to call it, for helping to support the channel and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope that does. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Jonathan, stop it. Jonathan's being silly in the chat. Stop it. Not doing that. What am I going to do with you, Jonathan? Also, Jonathan, Zaza was unhappy being the brunette. Just saying. The redhead. The brunette? Yeah, the redhead. The redhead. Where is that Zaza anyways? I know Banana Joe is here. I saw her earlier. Hi, Banana Joe. Hey, Todd. Todd the Bear Quilter is here. All right, so here is the first row. Look at that. Pretty fun. Oh, don't give me a thumbs down. It sees it. The camera thinks it sees a thumbs down. Don't do that. Don't do that, camera. Oh boy. Jonathan Ian could never part with his awesome peeps. That is true. That is true. Jonathan says, Zaza was it was random. It was random, Zaza. Guys, I'm thinking about making a quilted jacket for QuiltCon. Matt from Hardcraft, my mind just went blank. Hardcraft Co? Is that it? Todd, help me out. He sent me a pattern for a quilted jacket that if you are at Festival or have seen his social media of him at Festival, he has a quilted jacket on that he did, and he sent me the pattern for it. And I really want to make one. I have an idea for one, and I really want to make it. And he showed me a tip. He gave me some tips on how to do that, how to make a quilted jacket like his. And so I'm like, really considering it. I'm thinking about getting some, I can't think of the name. Glisten. I'm thinking about getting some glisten and using glisten to make a quilted jacket. I have a pretty cool idea, I feel like. I would love to see you attempt apparel again. Jonathan, it may happen. Ooh, Flicky Cheeky says, I'm deciding if I want Korean barbecue for lunch. The answer is always yes. Todd, the Bear Quilter, says that he is thinking about making a quilted jacket. Maybe we could sew one together. Now that you got your long arm in, maybe we could like get on Zoom or TikTok or something and sew ours together. Let's see. Sandra says, will you make your jacket here, Ian, and share the adventure? I mean, maybe. Would that be something y'all would be interested in? I might. I've made one quilted jacket, says Mona, but I want to make another one. Flicky Cheeky's made a quilted vest, but not a jacket. Sandra says, Todd, I would love you guys to do this on YouTube. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could do that, Todd. Maybe we could pair up on Sundays, and I could invite you over onto the YouTubes, and we could sew on the YouTubes. First of all, I have to actually get the material. Second of all, I actually have to quilt it. Oh, I've been putting this... Oh, why didn't y'all tell me I was on the wrong camera? Dang it. Dang it. Y'all are silly letting me sew on the face cam the whole time. Apparently y'all just like looking at my face. I mean, who doesn't? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Let's see. Flicky Cheeky, I have a 108 square that I just finished. I can make it. Yeah, you could. Absolutely. Ivy says yes. Judy says yes. Sandra says yes. Let's see. Todd says that sounds like fun. Well, I will talk with Todd on the back end and see if we can't figure something out. That could be a euphemism if I ever heard one. Sorry, Todd. Whoops! A lot of you say that you would love to see that. All right. Well, Todd and I will chat and see if we can't make that happen. It might take it might be a lot of Sundays. Like, it may be quite the stretch of Sundays. Would y'all be okay if it ends up being, you know, maybe even a month or two? Because, like, let's be real, I'm not the greatest at making clothing, so it might be a little bit longer than a normal, you know, stretch of a project. Sounds like it would be a great show, says Gloria. Ian is getting... I know, it's happening. It's happening without anybody's help. Todd says, okay, you've got to get back to work now. Have a great live stream. All right, sounds good. Sounds good, Todd. We'll chat later. Sandra says, yes, as long as necessary. Take all the time you need. Definitely. Okay. All right. All right. If y'all are okay with that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to press my seams. That's what I forgot to do. I was like, yay. I was so excited getting the first row done that I totally forgot to even, like, press. We'll press the first one, and then we'll press the second one. I think 3 or 4 Sundays sounds good. Okay. All right. Sounds good, Todd. Sounds good. I've only made shorts that don't fit in tank tops, says Jaja Brownie. Josh says, don't scream at me in chat. That's a bonus members only hour. That could be a quilted jacket. I mean, maybe. Possibly. Possibly. Where's my water? All right. Let's press our seams. Press. Becca's gotten me doing that now. Every time I say, let's press, I'm always like, press. Vicky says, let the force be with you, Ian. Yes. All right. Well, it sounds like we're going to be doing a quilted jacket at some point. So, and actually that would be okay with me because I love doing YouTube stuff. YouTube stuff is a lot of fun. I love having a YouTube channel, but it's hard for me to find time to make my own projects and do content and all the things. So that would be unaliving 2 birds with 1 stone. Sandra says, I gotta run. Hope to return before you end, Ian. All right, Sandra, have a good day if we don't see you. And if we do see you, we'll see you in a little while. Would you put Minky Cuddle inside of it? Roseanne, I would not. I would probably, actually, I think I might have it back here. Is it easy for me to grab? That's the thing. It is not. It is all the way down at the bottom. I might still be able to grab it though. If I'm doing a quilted jacket, I would, yeah, there we go. I would put the lining as this fabric. This would be my lining fabric because I have a lot of this fabric. And I feel like this would be a fun lining to put inside of it. So, and I've actually wanted to make a, like, what is that, a caftan? I've kind of wanted to make a caftan out of this, but then that just feels kind of weird. I don't know. I don't really feel like this is caftan material. So I think I would put this as the lining of my jacket inside. So, but we'll see. We will see. Let's see. Laura says, hi everyone. I've been dealing with my rescue dog and she's terrified of storms and we're getting a lot of bad storms. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope she's doing okay. Let's see. So fun and totally you. Oh, thank you. Judy loves it. Oh wow, how cool. What about the outside? I have an idea, Jonathan. I've got to do the maths. The math has to math, and I have an idea for it. But the way Matt was talking about, I think I have figured out a good way to do it, but I've got to see. So I would use that glisten fabric from Patrick Luce, because it's gorgeous. I have that quilt on my bed right now. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I keep looking at it because it's so pretty. Even though the pattern was a little weird, which, by the way, I did submit my comments to Northcott. I was like, hey, I found some weird, like, kind of irregularities in the pattern. And then they said that they were going to take a look at it. So who knows? There may be an updated version of that pattern that goes out. There may not be, because maybe I'm just dumb and didn't read the pattern correctly, which is probably the truth. But who knows? All right, so that one I did that way. So this one I need to go this way. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a clip. I'm going to mark the left side, so that way I remember it's the left side, because I'm going to flip it around and press the other way. Now, you know, in the grand scheme of things, if I don't end up getting the pressing correctly, who the freak cares? Yes, I almost said a bad word. Who cares? Who cares if the seams are a little twisted or whatever? It doesn't matter. This is going to be a quilt that gets used. By who? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a giveaway with it. Maybe I'll give it to somebody for a gift. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's got to get quilted and bound and all the things. So there's still all of that. That has to happen first. So who knows? Who knows? This mini iron, I love this freaking mini iron. It's amazing. By the way, guys, if you are interested in the Aliso irons, remember I do have an affiliate code. You can check out my website. All my affiliate links and codes are on my website. Go check them out over there. And you can get your Aliso mini iron by using my... One, two, three, 4, 5. What? Did I drop one? Wait a minute. Something's off. I have too many. How do I have too many here, but too few over here? Did I, like, transpose something somewhere? Hold on. I just realized that this is way... Oh. Now, wait a minute. What? Something's wrong. Something has gone very wrong. What has happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this one was actually supposed to go on the other row. It wouldn't be a live stream without me messing something up, right? Yeah, I think this one was actually supposed to go on the other row. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No? Yes. Okay. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. 6 across, 7 down. I know, but like, what the heck happened? I don't know. Something weird just happened, and I'm just, huh? You know what? We're just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just going to take the first row. We're going to throw the first one on here, and whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Layla says that she loves the bright coat lining. I think it's going to make a beautiful coat, if you're asking me. You weren't, but I'm just saying. Oh boy, it wouldn't be an Ian quilt with some kind of mess up, huh? You know, it's going to put 2 of the similar style fabric close to each other because the little like haunted houses are going to be close to each other, but they're in 2 different colorways. Who cares? Who cares? What size are you making? I don't remember. It's 6 across, 7 down. I don't remember the measurements of what that would come out to be, because I actually am making a different size than what the instructions have, because it was going to waste blocks, and I was like, I don't want to waste blocks, so we're not going to waste blocks. We're going to use them all. Has something gone off kilter? It has, Josh. It definitely has. It always does here on the Off Kilter Crafter Ian channel. It's getting personality. You are right. You are absolutely right. It is getting personality. What personality? I don't know. But it is getting personality. We iron it this way. I should have taken a picture. I laid it out, and again, I didn't take a picture of it. I was like, oh, I should take a picture. And I was like, nah, what could go wrong? Well, that could go wrong. That's exactly what could go wrong. Ugh, silly me. All right, so I believe we now have everything back the way it should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's 6, and we got another. It's a design choice. It is a design choice. It is absolutely a design choice. All right. Okay, good. My seams are going 2 different ways, so that's a good thing. That pattern shows 5 across, 7 down. Thank you, Deb. So I added an extra row. I'm going 6 across, 7 down. And each one of these blocks is 25 centimeters. You're welcome, Canadians. And other international locations in your region. These are just about 10 inches. It's actually, mine are a little shorter than 10 inches, but it's about 10 inches, so there you go. There you go. Wilma says, hi everyone, I'm hosting Thanksgiving dinner today and I thought I'd jump in for a few minutes before the family shows up. Smells amazing here and my 16-pound turkey is in the oven. Where's my invite? Where's my invite, Wilma? That sounds wonderful. I will jump on a plane right now because you are obviously in Canada. I will jump on a plane right now and I will be there in time for the leftovers to go bad. Oh, goodness me. I'm just a regular stand-up comedian. I heard a great joke. Are y'all ready for a joke? Oh, I'll come back here. Ready for a joke? What is a stormtrooper's favorite store? Anything next to Target. You're welcome, everyone. It'll take you 30 seconds before you get that, but I'm waiting for the reactions to start coming in. I tell you, it's so funny. I can tell exactly where y'all are because by the time, like, I've already moved on. I'm already on to something else, and then the reactions come in, and I'm like, oh, there you go. There, they got it. Y'all are chatting with everybody. Awesome. Flicky Chicky says that she does her own things with patterns. Hey, you know what? Becca suggests that... Becca always says patterns are just suggestions, right? Gloria says that she loves her mini Aliso iron. I do too. I love it. I love my mini Aliso. Even if it wasn't a Tula Pink one, I freaking love this thing. It's become my favorite iron, to be completely honest with you. Pat says groan. Vicky's giving me the evil alien eyes. What? You didn't like my joke? I thought it was funny. Gloria liked my joke. Oh my. Melissa says I made her giggle. Good. Excellent. I'm glad. I'm glad I could make you laugh. I heard that, and it was so bad. It's such a bad joke, it's good, right? Like, it's such a dad joke, but it's such a classic dad joke. Let's see, everybody's chatting with them, with everybody in the chat. Awesome. Where is that Zaza? I'm starting to get worried. Anybody know where Zaza is? There has been a couple of times that she's come in late into the broadcast, so there's that. Guess she has other important things to do. Just kidding. Just kidding. I can't wait to meet Zaza. It's going to be great. I have the feeling she's going to be a hoot. Where do bad rainbows go? To Prism, it's a light sentence. Thank you, Melissa, for that joke. Very good one. Very, very good one. I've told this joke on the channel before. Y'all may be tired of this, but you know, I always get new people in every now and again, and they've never heard my horrible jokes that I've said before. So I'm going to tell it again. I'm going to tell my joke again. Yes, Kathy, she's in Scotland. Yes, you are clever. Clever, Kathy. Very clever. She started going to lives on Saturdays. Oh. All right, so did you hear about the fire at the circus? It was intense. Did you hear about the fire at the church? Holy smoke! Did you hear about the fire at the shoe factory? 1,000 souls were lost. All right, I'm done. That was a triple right there. So when I went to Disney, this was pre-2020. This was back in 2018, I believe. They used to do this Streetmosphere, which, if you don't know, they were actors who were out on the street of Hollywood studios, and they were dressed up as characters from like the 1930s, 1940s, somewhere around in there. And your giraffe joke is my favorite. It wasn't mine. I just read it. I just read it out. That's all I did. So they used to have Streetmosphere actors, and they would do these joke-offs where it was they would go out into the crowd and get a suggestion for something from the audience. And so somebody suggested lightsabers, and so they would do a joke-off about lightsabers. And one of my favorite jokes, I have it recorded. Unfortunately, they never brought back these actors after the Panini. This actress, she did one. The joke format was like 99 whatever walked into a bar, and then they would have to give the punchline. And so she did 99 lightsabers, walked into a bar, and the bartender said, "Hey, you, get out, get out. We don't serve lightsabers in here." And the lightsabers said, "Well, you don't have to force us." Not my joke. I'm not taking credit for that one, but it still cracks me up, especially because her voice was very high pitched. She'd be like, 99 lightsabers walked into a bar. It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. All right, on the next one, help me remember it's to the right. Got to press towards the right. I'm going to put that clip right there to help me remember. Oh, man. That Panini was the worst. I agree. I agree. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Flicky Chicky. Arson in a pastry shop is just crime brulee. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Bad. It's so bad. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends. Does it have it on my calendar? I'm curious. I'm going in my calendar. No, it doesn't. Doesn't have it on my calendar. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't remember that it was. It was. Lightsabers walked into a bar. It gets me every time. Sometimes I'll just go watch that video just to cheer myself up and laugh at it because it's so funny. I wish they would bring them back. Ugh. They never did. They never brought back. Which is a shame because I actually went and gave guest compliments at guest services because they were so amazing. Sorry to the Blue Jay fans, go Mariners. Oh my gosh. Are we starting rivalries in my chat now? Is that what's happening, Jaja Brownie? Is that what's happening? You're going to stir things up with sports team rivalries? Oh, podcast. Podcast is coming out this week. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary on the podcast. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you are not already following the Off Kilter podcast, Off Kilter podcast, make sure to do that. You can do so in the chat. You can also go to my website, offkiltercrafterian.com, and head over to the podcasting tab. You can check it out on Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Spotify Podcast, anywhere your favorite podcasts are played. Find us there as well. Beck and I reminisce on the past year, and we play some fun games. We got a surprise guest joining us on the podcast this week, so make sure to check that out. Jonathan says that he loved the short that I put out. Becca had no idea I was going to do that either. She was completely caught off guard by that short. So it was fun. It was fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Oh geez, the sports rivalry happening in the chat right now is just ridiculous. Y'all are hilarious. And I'm just sitting here going, sports ball! When does the Olympics come back again? Let's The only sport I follow is the Olympics. I know, Nikki. It's hard to believe it's been a year. All right, put it in chat. And if you're watching this on the replay, who do you think the surprise guest is going to be? Who do you think the surprise guest is going to be? It was a little delayed. Jonathan, I will say that there was a little editing in there. There was a little bit of editing in there because I wanted to catch me doing the confetti cannon and her reaction, and I didn't want to, since it's in a vertical format, I didn't want to like make it really, really tiny. So there was like some overlap a little bit. So her reaction wasn't as delayed as it may have looked. Like yeah. There was a little bit of editing in that because I wanted you to see everything that happened. Now, when the actual podcast comes out, you'll see the whole thing play out in real time. But yeah. Laura, I wanted to follow the Olympics, but couldn't find the footage of it anywheres, and you don't. I know that's the sad thing is it's like hard to if you don't have a TV provider. Like it's hard to find. It's hard to find. It's hard to watch, which is dumb. It should be like available everywhere, but that's just me. Just me. Laura says our contractor just arrived with fans. We got more than 4.5 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. Typically, Arizona gets about 7 inches a year. We've got serious flooding right now. Laura, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that you're dealing with flooding. When I lived with Mom, we dealt with a skylight, a leaky skylight, and that was no fun. I had to crawl up in the attic. We both did, actually. Mom and I did. Crawled into the attic at like 11 o'clock at night to try and minimize the damage as much as possible and like circumvent the water so it was going into buckets, and it was a mess. It was an absolute mess. Water damage is no joke. It sucks. I don't know, Denise. That is a great question. Let's see. You should definitely listen to it, Flicky Chicky. She says she hasn't listened to the episode with Todd from last week. All right, Deb. Deb's got to go pack. See you later, Deb. All right, we're going to iron this to the right. So what's actually going to happen is I'm actually going to flip this over. I will say for this episode of the Sew Off Kilter podcast, this is really pretty much a visual podcast episode. You really need to watch this episode. So if you usually get it on podcasting platforms, for this episode exclusively, I would recommend watching it on YouTube. Because there's a lot of visuals that happen in it. So, you know, most of the time the podcast is totally fine in audio only version. But this one, you really need to watch. You need to watch it. You need the visuals. You need to see us reacting and whatnot. So, to be completely honest with you, the podcast episode is probably not going to do all that well on our podcasting platforms because it's really better in video version. All right. Ian, the worst part is that I've been in the process of moving my sewing room to the basement, which is much longer, but now wet. Ugh, Laura, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you were able to salvage and keep things from getting damaged. That's what I'm hopeful for. Where is our resident? She was here earlier, Jonathan. Banana Joe was here earlier. I don't know. All right. 3 more rows. 3 more rows. I really only watch because I watch with Grandpa, LOL, otherwise I don't turn it on myself. He would always take me to the games growing up, and now we just watch in the living room. That's sweet, though. That's good memories to have. Share, you know, share with everybody. Good quilting days, buds, says Donna. Donna, so glad you could join us. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good day so far. Okay, I'm kind of curious. We're going to do an informal poll. So if you listen to the podcast on just podcasting platforms, put a smiley face in the chat. Put a smiley face emoji in the chat. If you watch the podcast on the YouTube channel, put a heart in the chat. Put an emoji heart in the chat. So if you listen to it on just the podcasting platforms, put a smiley face. If you watch it over on YouTube, put a heart in the chat. I'm curious. I want to kind of visually see what everybody typically does with the podcast. We also went over some of the stats of the podcast as well. So we talk about like where the most listened part, like who listens to the podcast the most, which country, how many episodes. Did we talk about how many episodes? I don't think we did actually. But like who listens to it, where they're from, all that kind of information. Oh, lots of hearts. Goodness gracious. Josh listens to it on the podcasting platforms. I see a lot of hearts. Most of y'all watch on YouTube. I'm sorry about your table, Laura. That sucks. Glad the fabric's okay, though. Like, to me, I almost feel like that's the more important part. Tables can be replaced. Like, is it fun? No, but tables can be replaced. Fabric, like losing fabric, ugh, that just kills me. Sorry, everyone, my nose is itchy. It's so gross to do that on a live stream, but I was yeah. I see I need to have a change of heart. Not at all, Josh. Not at all. Not at all. For this episode, yes. Like, this episode, you need to watch it. But most of the time... Oh, Banana Joe's here. She says, okay, I'm back. What happened? Banana Joe, people were worried about you. They were concerned that you were not responding. They thought something terrible had happened to you. By the way, guys, I did order this fabric right here. I ordered a yard of these little skeleton party hat dudes. This is going to be the binding for this quilt. I have 1 yard, so it'll give me a little extra to do something with at some point, but yeah. Judge Brownie says, I do like the podcasting app podcast, but I don't like the ads, so I watch and listen to on YouTube. I forever thought it was a part of the People's Broadcast, but I don't think it is. It's Apple, I'm sure. It's not Apple. I can tell you it's not Apple. Does our podcast have ads in it? It shouldn't. To my knowledge, it shouldn't have ads. Because we have not given permission for ads to be put onto our podcast. So if it's happening unbeknownst to us. I know, only 1 yard. I only got 1 yard, Cheryl. But I also bought 1 yard of the, was it 1 yard? I think it was 1 yard of the cats. And then I also bought 2 yards of this fabric right here because it was too cute. The animals, it was too cute to pass up, so I bought 2 yards of that. Okay, cool. All right, people are saying that they don't hear ads on the podcast app, which is good. There are ads on YouTube. We do have ads turned on for YouTube. But somebody did let me know that we were getting like ridiculous amounts of ads happening during the podcast. So I am manually going in and doing it about every 15 minutes. So about every 15 minutes you'll hear an ad. But they said that they were getting like stupid number of ads. And so I'm like, no, we don't want to do that. So I go in manually now and change it to about every 15 minutes. Mona says, okay, nap time for me. Enjoy your nap, Mona. Take a nap for me, if you will. Give me some of that napness. Oh, no. Laura said that I was away for a bit. Apparently, the flooding in the basement is worse than we thought. Oh, no, Laura. I'm so sorry. It's terrible. Speaking of ads, while I press this, I'm going to not send you to an ad. Never mind. I think my button is broken and I need to relink it. I pushed the button and it said no. I said, oh, okay. No ads for you. Which means that I don't get the pennies from that. Because let's face it, it's just like pennies. It's not much at all. But that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe I will dance monkey and y'all will send some super chats. I'll dance for my coin. Dance for my coin. Dance monkey dance. Towards the right, so I'm going to put that clip right there to help me remember. Dance for my money. I'm just being dumb. Don't even, just ignore me. It's fine. What's the difference between a sweet potato fresh out of the oven and a pig thrown off of a balcony? Flicky cheeky, I don't know. I feel like this is a joke. I feel like this is a trap. I should really learn to read the comments in my head first before I say them out loud. I feel like this is a trap. I'm worried. Should I be scared? I feel like I'm scared. If it's coming from Flicky Chicky, I'm scared. Yep, I was right to be scared. One is a heated yam, the other is a yeeted ham. Oh my god. It's as bad as the Zippo lighter joke. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, Laura, Josh knows a thing or two about dealing with flooding, so you're in good company with him, sadly. After this row, we've got one more, and then we'll start putting the whole thing together. We've got about an hour left, so let's see if we can make it. Let's see if we can make this happen in that last hour. Blastoma is back from vacation, she says. Welcome back. Where did you go? How was it? Did you have fun? Oh, interesting. Joshua says if you go about insurance, ask about named storm coverage in your policy. That's good to know. It's good to know, Josh. Flicky Chicky. Oh my gosh. Flicky Chicky just said she's wearing color today. Navy is a color. She's known for wearing mostly black. Ridiculous. From middle of Germany to the North Sea. Oh, Blastoma, that sounds like so much fun. Did you see anything that was really exciting? Or did you do something that was really exciting? Or what was your favorite part? Let's put it that way. I'll put the question like that. What was your favorite part of the trip? Sounds wonderful. Kathy says, Ian, what are you sewing today? I'm currently working on the layer cake lattice quilt. It is a free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. Again, you can type exclamation pattern in the chat to get the free pattern, or you can go down in the description box down below. It also has the link to the pattern as well, especially if you're watching on replay and want to get the pattern, you can grab it from there. But if you are in live chat, or watching back the episode, in live chat will be available for replay as well, and you should be able to see the pattern link in there as well. I just saw a lot of rain, but the air was great. Awesome. I am very excited for something that I can't talk about yet. I can't talk about it. And as much as y'all are going to try and coax it out of me, you're not. Just telling you now, you're not going to get it out of me. But I'm very excited because early next year, if everything holds together, we have a very exciting announcement. Banana Joe says, I mostly wear gray as it doesn't show cat's fur. That is valid. Somebody got their Taylor Swift CD and they opened it, and they swear that inside the CD cover, one of her signed CD covers, that there was cat hair in it. And she's like, I got some of Taylor Swift's cat fur. It's pretty cute. Kathy, I know. I am a little devil. I am a little devil. It is a very exciting announcement. Yeah, if y'all only knew all the conversations that were going on behind the scenes, you don't know how busy I am behind the scenes. Margot says, hello, I just gave my big Maine Coon a bath and have lacerations all over my arm. Oh no. My gentle giant has a lion living inside of her. I miss my Maine Coon. I had a Maine Coon when I lived with my mom, and he was wonderful. And I want a Maine Coon again. I want one of those very majestic looking Maine Coons. Booked and busy? Jaja Brownie, what's booked and busy? That's funny, Flicky Chicky. That is genuinely funny. Banana Joe, I could never stop teasing y'all. No, they don't. Most of them don't. Most Banana Joe says in chat that most cats do not enjoy water, and you are correct. Most do not. However, there are some random strange ones that actually do. Russian blues tend to like it. My friend has a Russian blue, and every time I would walk into the bathroom, I couldn't even get the door closed fast enough because he would try and jump in there. And he would try and jump in the shower with me. And I'm like, but you're a cat. You don't like water. He would beg and like scrape at the glass to get into the shower. And I'm like, no, dude. No, you're a cat. You don't like water. Not this one. He loved it. Loved standing in the shower with everybody. But yeah, I would keep your eye on January for something pretty fun. The only feline that... Nope. Like I said, that Russian blue sure loved... My friend's Russian blue loved the water. So, not just Tigger. That is true. That is true, Laura. She says that some cats love water or have been trained to tolerate it. Margot says, Your Just Boys live cast was really great. Oh, the podcast with all the guys. Love the perspective, boys. So too. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to do another one of those again. We'll see if I can maybe do that again. That'd be fun. All right, last row, and then we can start putting the whole thing together. I know. Banana Joe is saying, I don't even have next year's calendar. How can I keep an eye on January? Well, now's the time to start looking at getting a new calendar. It's getting to be that time of year, right? I usually wait until a week or two into January to buy a calendar because usually they're like 50, 60% off at that point. Margot wants me to do another all guys episode. We'll do that. We'll do that again. It was fun. I may rotate out for some new panelists on an all guys episode. Maybe have like Adam from the UK, have him on, and Leo, and maybe I could get Sean, and just get a whole bunch of different people in. What? Cheryl says, what? The whole thing? The whole thing? The whole time? Cheryl, I don't know. I actually don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. I try to keep track of chat as best as I can, but sometimes we're bouncing around from subject to subject so quickly it's hard for me to keep up. Yeah, Banana Joe, if you think it's hard keeping track of 2026, I'm already like tracking things in 2027. Like that's how far out as content creators you have to go. because you got to keep track of stuff. That's what my granddaughter gets me for Christmas every year is a calendar, says yeah, Judy. Judy's granddaughter gets her a calendar every year. We used to get a calendar from my dad every year because he would get an astronomy calendar of some type. So like pictures from Hubble or, you know, pictures of observatories or like something like that. He would always get, oh, I forgot to backstitch. Better do that. He would always get some like astronomical type calendar. That'd be one of the gifts that I would give him. Or maybe his mom. Or maybe it's both. I don't remember. My bank has a free calendar that they give out. That's awesome. That's awesome, June. That's great. Josh says he'll do it. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Josh. I don't know why I didn't think of you. You're literally sitting right here. Duh. Barry Quilts is his name, not Gary. My bad. No worries. I have not seen his videos. I have not. I'll have to do some research. Oops, that is not exactly right. So let's get that under the needle. There we go. Banana Joe has a doctor's appointment in January of 2028. That was, oh my gosh, wow. That's way out there, isn't it? That's pretty far out there, Banana Joe. Okay. Let's keep going. Got 2 more pieces to put on, and then we'll put the whole quilt together. I have an idea of what we're going to be doing next week. Oops, that started too far in. I have a whole bunch of fat quarters, Halloween fat quarters that I have collected over the years. And I'm finally going to do something with them. I found a quilt pattern. I got to see if I still have it. I got to go find it again. But I have a fat quarter quilt pattern that I'm going to be using with like 28 fat quarters of Halloween fabric. So it's going to be a big quilt, I feel like. Oh, that would be cool, Judge Brownie. I'll have to check him out. I feel like I need to probably do a victory lap on this quilt because there's so many seams that are going to be exposed. So I may have to end up doing some kind of victory lap around the quilt just to keep it together. Sorry, I'm just looking at chat, and y'all are chatting amongst yourselves, and I love that. Takes the pressure off of me. All right, there we go. Oh, thank you, Margot. Margot just sent a $9 super chat in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Is that on my screen? Oh, it went away. Something just popped up on my screen over there. Thank you, Margot. That's so sweet of you. I feel like there was a blue box that popped up on the screen, but I don't know if y'all saw it too or if it's just me. Gotta check my settings on my software to see, because I've never seen that on that screen. That was weird. It's cool, but weird. Should I be like one of those streamers that like streams full time, that's their full-time job, and be like, can I get some W's in the chat for Margot? I don't know. That feels cringe. That feels real cringe. I don't know why. Liz says, bye y'all. My dog stroller just arrived from Amazon. Ooh, Liz, that's awesome. Go get that dog stroller. Go put it together. Get that dog in there. Ugh, okay. All right, let's put that up there. All right, we're done. Bye, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see if we can get this quilt top put together. Take a hydration break for a moment. And then we'll start putting the rows together. Remember, we got 7 rows. So unfortunately, it's not going to come out even. But that's okay. I am going to put a clip on my row number 1. So that way I remember that's row number 1. I'm using my design floor over here. You're welcome. And we're going to flip this one. There's Zaza. Welcome, Zaza. We talked about you. We have talked about you today. And here she is. Here she is, Miss Scotland. That is true, Flaky Chicky. You have not made any inappropriate jokes today, as of yet. But now Zaza's here, so all bets are off. All bets are off now. Molly, good to see you. Hey, Ian and all. How is everyone doing? I'm doing well. How are you? What's going on in the DF dubs? Because I'm cool. That's what the cool kids are saying. DF dubs. So dumb. So dumb. I make myself cringe. You're welcome, everyone. What the heck just happened? That was weird. I don't know what's happening. My watch went off like I had a notification, but it shouldn't because it's on Do Not Disturb mode, so I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on. Let's see, I think I can go this way. Thank you so much, Barbara, excuse me. She says, nice shirt. Appreciate that. I love this shirt too. I wish I could wear it to Disney World this year, but since we're going for Christmas and not Halloween, I don't think that would be probably the best. Laura likes this shirt as well. Thank you. Hey, it's true, Deborah. Deborah says that Zaza has missed all of my jokes today. She has indeed. She has indeed missed all of the amazing dad jokes that I gave earlier today. So she'll just have to go watch the replay. Molly says she's looking forward to an extra day off now, trying to get myself to take advantage of it and get in my quilting room. I don't have a day off tomorrow, unfortunately. So I will be working, which is fine. Not a big deal. But there are going to be a lot of people who have the day off tomorrow, which is awesome. But I gotta work. I gotta work. Get things done. Exactly. Banana Joe, she can watch the replay. Because I'm not going to repeat them. Not gonna repeat the jokes today. Been there, done that. Josh says, and yes, Zaza, when you watch the replay of the jokes, I dare you to leave your honest reviews in the comments. I already feel the incoming comments now. Nikki B says, I'm off work, but then again, I'm retired. Well, then in that case, you're off every day, huh? Maybe one day I'll get to retire. I doubt it'll ever happen. I doubt it will ever happen, but that's okay. It is what it is. Oh, okay. So funny story. As I was cutting my blocks, I ended up miscutting one of them. So when this whole quilt comes together, we'll see if you can find the one that has a little bit of a boo-boo. Because Ian didn't quite cut it the way it should have been. He cut it a 1/4 inch too much on one side. Let's see. Ooh, Banana Joe's having a fine dinner of lemon chicken. That sounds delicious. Looks like I'm getting all the blame, and I've not even been here, says Zaza. That is true. You are getting all the blame. You are getting all the blame. All right, so this is what we got so far. So this is the first 2 rows put together. That's looking pretty fun. What do you think, guys? I like it. I like it. Esmeralda says, what? I just woke up. Okay, bye, everyone. See you next week. Just yoken. Yet I don't think so. Ian, you are still... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Esmeralda. I love that. All right. That was row 1. Now we need to work on row 2. Okay, so grab my next row. This is my left. This is my right. And I need to match it up with this one, because that's the top. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Enjoy your Korean barbecue, Flicky Chicky. Sounds delish. Layla says she thinks this quilt is cute. Super cute, actually. Thank you, Layla. Layla. I have connected, as some of y'all have been tracking, I did connect with Cottonwood. Layla, I think you were asking about this last time, if I remember correctly. We did connect with Cottonwood. I've been a horrible respondent. I haven't responded back to them yet. Things have been really, really busy for me, so it's been hard to keep up. But we did get in touch with Cottonwood. We would like, Becca and I would like to do some kind of something there in the coming months, so be on the lookout for that. We'll let you know on our social medias, like what's going on, what's happening, all that kind of stuff. So just keep an eye out. Linda is here. Cute. My little gang just went home, and I'm glad I could hop on. Welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Was it a good day with the kiddos? Looking handsome in your Halloween shirt. Thank you. Appreciate that. This is one of my favorite Halloween shirts to wear. And I just got it this year, so I guess technically I guess it can't be my favorite yet, but now that I've worn it, it can't. I don't know. I think it's a super cute shirt, and I like wearing it, so. Dang it, guys. I keep forgetting to put the dang camera back. Y'all letting me sew just by myself. And what type of sewing table is this? This is the Arrow Gidget 2 table. I like it. It's great for like taking on retreats, and you know, if you're doing a lot of mobile sewing, it's great for that. I would like a more permanent solution for in home, because this is more. It's geared more to be kind of a take with you table versus like a permanent table. Don't get me wrong though. Like, it's not a bad table at all. I am also tall, so that makes any furniture that I get, like, I'm not the standard demographic, right? I'm not your usual sewist, right? So, I am a little taller, and I would prefer something taller instead of, having a shorter table like this one. Because I do hunch over a bit. You probably see it right now. I'm hunched over the sewing machine trying to, get this all done. So I would like something that is a little higher, but this is what I'm working with. We've gone through the discussion, a lot here on my channel, talking about, putting 2x4s underneath the legs and doing all that. I've been too lazy. I haven't done it. I do hit my knee quite frequently because the machine drops into the table. I have hit my knee quite a few times, to be honest, and that is not great and not ideal, but it is what it is. Maybe when I win the lottery, I can get one of those $5,000 kangaroo tables or whatever. Linda says, giving my grand girls a different sewing experience than just quilting. I am super happy that they loved making little quilts. Awesome. Linda, we've talked about this before. I can't put bed risers underneath the, because it's not a 4-point system. It's a bar that comes down, and then a bar. It's almost like an offset T or an L. So I can't put bed risers underneath it because the whole thing would be unstable without the support all the way underneath. So we've talked about 2x4s, putting 2x4s underneath it and doing it that way, and that would work. Again, I'm just lazy and haven't done it. I'm just lazy and haven't done it that way yet. So maybe at some point. I'd have to get zip ties too to make sure. Let's see. You don't even need screws or bolts, says Laura. Just use the wood and zip ties as may as well be comfortable sewing. Yeah, exactly. I don't even have to. Yeah, you're right. I don't have screws. I don't have to deal with any of that. Just some zip ties. You are 100% right, and that is my plan. I was actually just literally thinking zip ties in my head. I just haven't done it. I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. All right, here's our third row. Look how cute this is. Oh my gosh, it's turned out so cute. I'm trying to hold it so you can see the whole thing. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. Ugh. I don't think I would put, Roseanne, I don't think I would want to put moving dollies underneath it, because then the whole table would like shift everywhere, and I don't want to do that. Like, I feel like I'd be like sewing all over the place. All right, let's put on the next row. Ian, what fabric line did you use? Zaza, it's down in the description of the video. So if you go into the box down below, it will have the name of the fabric line and all the information that you seek. It's something like costume animals, costume party. I don't remember. It's down there. It's a super cute line, though. Some have locking wheels. That would be more helpful, but I still feel nervous, right? I feel like, I don't know. It could, like, Final Destination me and, like, unlock while I'm sewing, and then I'd be all over the room trying to, I don't know. I'm just being stupid, but, like, I don't know. Right, exactly, Zaza. Exactly. That is exactly right. Zaza said in the chat, like, could you imagine if Ian didn't have the locking wheels on? Yeah, exactly. See, I'm thinking more like Final Destination, where, like, they came undone on their own, just sporadically. Like, yeah, no. Makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. No, thank you. No, thanks. I have Sabrina Carpenter's feather stuck in my head right now, and I cannot get it out. I can't sing the lyrics because there's a bad word. If you're a Sabrina Carpenter fan, you're welcome. I think the reason I have that song stuck in my head is because in Fortnite, one of my characters is Sabrina Carpenter. Becca and I, Becca and I play with one of Becca's friends on Fortnite. And her friend was like, y'all should stream it. And we're like, nobody in our audiences would actually want to watch. Like, y'all are here for the quilting content, not the Fortnite content, right? Like, no. No, that would mess up our algorithm, because y'all would be like, no, click off. Uh-oh. Wait, Linda, you would watch us playing Fortnite? Are you serious? No way. Linda says that fiddling with funky friends has my fingers all goofed up now. Uh-oh, that's not good. Linda, you would not watch us play Fortnite. No way. Donna says, hi, Ian and all. Enjoy your lives a lot. We have our Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. Awesome. Linda says she totally would. But see, I cuss in there. I say bad words. People make me mad. People snipe me and make me mad. Oh, I'm sorry, Laura. Laura says, I love the rain, but honestly, I'm exhausted. My rescue dog is freaking out. My basement is getting water and my yard is flooding. I just want to nap and wake up to a new day. I can understand that, and I hope that things resolve quickly. I know it, you know, when the roof started leaking around the skylight, you know, it was frustrating and terrifying and frustrating and everything. And I'm like, the storm was moving away, and it finally moved away, and so the rain slowed down and the dripping slowed down. I'm like, okay, we can kind of rest now. But then there was another storm that popped up that we weren't expecting, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and like I just laid there in my room listening to the thunder and like terrified by how much water we were going to have when I woke up and saw like what was in the bucket. So I can get that. Let's see. Jonathan says, all the more reason. Funny, Jonathan, about watching me play Fortnite. Love Lovingly says, I'd probably watch you play Fortnite if you did it once, but probably not after. I've never really watched Fortnite or played. Always was more of a League of Legends fan. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe we'll do like a one-off thing. Like a one-off Fortnite thing. Maybe just for fun. It would probably kill my algorithm, but you know, I could probably put it as a live stream and then make it go away after the live stream was over with. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll open up a Twitch channel and start just doing it on Twitch. I don't know. Hello, Lan. Welcome. I see you sneaking in here. How are you doing today? We got 15 minutes. Do you think I can get it done? Zaza says, Ian, I can't imagine you saying bad words. Uh-huh. Sure. Try it once, see how it does. You might get new viewers. That's true, but then it can confuse the algorithm because YouTube's like, wait, are you a quilting channel? Are you a gaming channel? Like, what are you? So I don't know. We'll see. We may do it once just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it, or maybe I'll open up a Twitch channel dedicated strictly to Fortnite. Be like, off Kilter Crafter Ian Fortnite. Banana Joe says, Zaza, I can imagine Ian saying all the bad words. I do, when I'm not on live stream, I do tend to say bad words. I do tend to say bad words. Does happen. Laura says it will confuse the algorithm. Twitch might be better. That may be what we do. Lynn says, I'm great, a bit late to your live, but I'm great working on the borders, finally for my Wild West. Excellent. That one is on my bed as well at this moment. I actually have Wild West and the spectral sensation quilt on my bed right now. That's true, Banana Joe. I could quilt half the time, and then I could do Fortnite the other half. We'll see. We'll see. The other situation is I would have to figure out how to be able to stream. Like, how could I get what technology do I need to get, and like how do I need to do that? So that's the other thing that I got to research. Is like, how would I live stream me playing the game? And Twitch might be the better place for that. We'll see. Just, you know, it's just kind of like a random thing that popped up, and Becca's friend was like, y'all should do that. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I do cuss when I play. I do cuss when I play. And I have to be careful because... okay, so if you don't know what Fortnite is, let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about what Fortnite is. Do you make money on the sponsored ads? They pop up every 10 minutes, and they are local ads. So I do make... Anytime YouTube gives an ad, I do get some of that money, yes. I do get some of the revenue from those ads. It's weird because I shouldn't have any ads at the moment. Ads should be turned off. So if you're getting ads, that's a little strange because I did go into the settings and told them to let me put in ads manually with my magic button over here that's broken. So it's weird that you're getting some right now because I don't think you should be at this moment. But anywho, Fortnite. Fortnite is a game that you can play on Nintendo Switch, on Xbox, on the computer, basically any gaming platform really. And it is basically a first-person shooter game that you can go around and you're trying to eliminate. It's kind of like, what's the name I'm trying to think of? It's basically you're trying to become the last person standing. Last person standing is what you're going for. And they have all kinds of different weapons that you can use and all that. It is not gory. It is not bloody. It is not whatever. It's definitely like kid-ish friendly. So there's not like blood and guts and all that kind of stuff. It's more of like you get knocked out and the computer comes in and like the drone comes in and you get yeeted out of playing, right? It's not gross. It's not grotesque, anything like that. Anywho. Fortnite has been around for many years, like Battle Royale. Thank you, Layla. That's the word I was looking for. It has been around for many, many years. I'm just now getting into it because I thought this was a game that you had to pay for, and little did I know that Fortnite is free. Becca told me, oh, you need to get into Fortnite because her friend got her into Fortnite, and I was like, but I don't have the money for it. I don't want to pay for that. And she's like, but it's free. Now, they make their money because you can buy skins. You can get, like, Becca actually gifted me the Sabrina Carpenter skin. You can get, they do a lot of, like, current events. So when Sabrina Carpenter put out her album, they released this Sabrina Carpenter skin. Like, they make their money off of the purchases you make. So, yeah, that's how they make their money. But it is free to play. You can just be a standard character. You don't have to have any, like, you don't have to get any special skins or characters or anything. You can just play straight up by yourself, right? Now I would watch you play Prop Hunt for... you know, that one would be pretty fun, actually. I've seen it played, and I'm like, maybe I would play that. But anywho... but yeah, you go around and it's Battle Royale, and so the last person standing wins, and blah, blah, blah. But there's a version of it. There are several different versions. There's like zero build, where you don't have the ability to build any buildings or anything, which is the one that I like to play. I don't like to play regular because they have like, you can like throw buildings. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. So I just do zero build for the most part. They also have Blitz, where it's like 40, 50 players, and the games go really fast, and all that kind of stuff. But then there's this mode called Delulu. And it's weird because you have a microphone and you can hear other people playing. So you like... Did Leo pop in? Leo is insisting that I feel... Oh, okay, gotcha, Nikki. I was like, is Leo here? Delulu is like where players can hear whoever's in the game, whoever it is, you can hear them talking on their microphone if they have a microphone. So when you're near somebody proximity-wise, you can hear them talking. And you can team up in the game to take, you know, become teams. And then you can break those teams because there's only one winner, right? Like at the very end, there's only one winner. So you can like team up with team people, and then somebody may end up taking you out from that team because at some point you got to start taking each other out. So this is why it's called Delulu, because it's Delulu. And last night I ended up winning Delulu. I was the last person standing, which is crazy to think because prior rounds I was getting out at like 73 or whatever. But I was like, holy cow, I won. But I have to be careful on that one because there are kids. There are kids in that game. And I have to remember that there are kids in that game and that they can hear me. Jonathan is asking if I have ever taken out Becca. No, because we are always on the same team. We don't play Delulu, and Becca and I are all on the same team. Because you can play in duos, trios, and quads. So you can get up to 4 people on a team. And so Becca and I are always, like, whenever we're playing on the same team. We never have gone up against each other. So yeah, no, we have never gone up against each other. She's actually never played Delulu. I might get her in there. I don't like Delulu because sometimes people get really mean in there. They get really kind of rude. Because again, you're like pairing up or you're teaming up with other people, and you never know, like, can I trust this person? Can I not trust this person? Like, where am I? Esmeralda says, Ian's ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply sorry for not saying hello to everyone. How are all of you doing? Instead, I was very rude. I am so sorry, Ian. Ian, at the top is so beautiful. I love the colors you have chosen. Esmeralda, first of all, you are not rude. You were excited to get into the live stream, and there is no requirement for you to say hi to everyone. It is great that you are here, and it's lovely if you decide to say hello to everybody, but, you know, you are not required. That is not the entrance fee, right? Like, you are not required to you can put in any comments you want and say hello to whoever you want. You know, it's nice when you say hi to everyone, but that's not a requirement, you know? Love Loathingly says, is Fortnite where you get launched and get back and get to pick where you drop? Yes, yeah, exactly. You get on a school bus that's been converted into a balloon thing, and you jump out of the school bus and you glide to whatever location you want to be at to start the game. Yes, that is Fortnite. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. Never in a million years did I think I would get addicted to it, but I am. I definitely am. Def Diablo, it is a lot of times the kids are the mean ones. I had a kid yesterday that unalived me. Just out of the blue, I was walking over to them. I was getting ready to, like, friend them, turn them into a teammate, and just pow, gone. Yes, exactly, Love Loathingly. The storm comes in forcing everybody in smaller and smaller circles, so that way, like, the game isn't 25 hours. It keeps forcing everybody closer and closer together, exactly. But yes, it is, like, the kids are the mean ones a lot of times. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to make teammates. I was trying to play the game, and they said, nope. And I was yeeted out of the game. Yeet! Def Diablo says, I'm an elementary school teacher. I know the struggle. That is true. That is so true. Def Diablo, is this who I think this is? Am I thinking who this is? Is this the one that got Becca into it and got me into it? I need a controller to play FPS games, but I only have a PC. I play on my Switch too. Probably not. Okay, alright, cool. I was wondering, because you match, that description matches up with somebody else, but okay. But yes, it is, I sincerely suspect that the mean ones are some of the kids that are playing the game. I saw another instance where I know it was a kid. They took me out, and I was yeeted out of the game. But then they, like, took somebody else out, but only, like, not fully. They were knocked, but not fully out of the game. And they helped revive them. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, great. And then knocked them again, and then revived them, and then knocked them out of the game. And it was like, that's really rude. Like, just kind of like a prey playing with its food. I was like, that's rude. That's just rude. Josh says, I'm this close to downloading Fortnite to play on my PS5 now. If you do, let me know. We'll friend up and we'll play Fortnite together. We'll get Becca in on it. We'll get you. I'll send you the link to the headset that I use, and we can go Fortnite. Go play Fortnite together. It's a free game, Josh. It's a free game. Do it, do it, do it. Maybe they'll pay me. Maybe I can get Fortnite to sponsor me, since I'm promoting their game now. Not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored. I just literally love playing Fortnite, even though I'm 25 million years behind everybody else. This was a game that was out, I don't even know when it came out. When did Fortnite come out?
Fortnite was published July 21st,
July 21st, 2017. So it's been out since 2017, and here I am in 2025, like nearly 10 years later, just now starting to play it. And then he forgot, so no. It's becoming a recruitment situation. It is. It really is, actually, Josh. You're not wrong about that. All right, it's 401, but we've got one more row, so we're just gonna sew this last row together, and then we'll be done with the live. Exactly, Def Diablo. It did end up picking up a lot of popularity during the Panini. I think a lot of people were craving that connection at that time. So yeah, it did pick up a lot of popularity during the Panini. Hey, Love Loathingly, send me an email and I'll get you my username. I don't. So the reason I'm doing it that way is because I don't add anybody. I've gotten several friend requests from people that I don't know, and I want to make sure that like I know who the person is. So send me an email. If you play Fortnite, send me an email with your username and I will respond with mine. And we'll do it that way. So that way, because like several random people have tried to friend request me and I'm like, no thanks. No thanks. I don't know you. Goodbye. Josh says their producer Epic Games corporate office is down the road from my workplace in North Carolina. They are very proud of the game. They are. They really are. Hey, it took me until a few years ago to get into Pokemon, says Jonathan. Jonathan, I was OG Pokemon. I was OG Pokemon. Red and Blue was totally into it. It's funny, when I started playing Pokemon in middle school, my grandmother didn't understand it. She was like, I don't get it. Why do you hunt these monsters and catch them and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, this game isn't going to last. And I was like, Grandma, this game is going to be here forever. And she's like, no, it's not. People are going to get over it. And then 5 years from now, nobody's going to remember it. 20 years later, we still have Pokemon, and it's like some of the most popular gaming out there. If only she was alive now, she would be very shocked. Okay, that sounds good. Love Loathingly. Yeah, send me an email and I'll get you my username. I'm wondering if I should change my username actually. I don't know. Jonathan, me too. I'm behind the times. I mean, Fortnite almost 10 years behind the times, so almost 10 years behind. Not quite, but close. Def Diablo grew up with Pokemon, but my grandma says it was the devil and threw out all my stuff. Oh no, that's so terrible. Like, I get it, you don't understand it, fine. But like, come on. Don't throw out a kid's collection. It's not hurting anyone. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good, Lovingly. And if anybody else wants my username, just send me an email and we'll connect that way. I gotta see, maybe I should change my username to be off Kilter Crafter Ian Gaming or something. I don't know. Why is my brain... Okay, so let's talk for just a second. This is very important. This is the part of dyslexia that I hate. Catherine has been in my chat for years now, right? I just read her name and I couldn't put it together. Words that I have known and use every single day will disappear out of my brain. And it's very frustrating because words that I know how to spell one day, I don't know how to spell another day. Words that I read one day, I don't know how to read them the next. And it just goes all over the place. And it is very frustrating. It is very, very frustrating. And that just happened. And I'm so sorry that happened to you. But it's very frustrating when it does because, like, you start questioning yourself and, like, am I okay? What is happening? Like, I know it's weird. Dyslexia is weird. Sorry, had to take a moment and kind of call that out because it's frustrating when it happens, and you may see me kind of, like, my face will drop. It really is, Zaza. It really, really is. And it's very frustrating because I just want to live my life. and then stuff like that happens, and you may see my face drop because it's frustrating to my brain what's happening, right? I have seen Catherine's name weeks upon weeks upon weeks upon weeks, and just now, all of a sudden, my brain was like, I don't know what that is. All right, Banana Joe, have a great day. Nikki says that's because with dyslexia we don't retain things. Yeah, yes and no. Some things I can't, like taking tests. Oh, I was terrible at tests. Could not take a test to save my life. But like, ask me the lyrics to a Lady Gaga song and I pull it up like instantly. So it's just frustrating is what it is. It's just frustrating. Pat says it's like your brain has half a shelf and can only hold so many words. Extra words fall off. That is, I think that's a very accurate way to kind of describe what's happening in that moment of like, it ran out of space and it's gone. Catherine said maybe I'm in the witness protection program and I'm cloaked. You're funny. It's always so frustrating when that happens. Ugh, I hate it. All right, Banana Joe, have a great day. We're almost done, so there won't be much more that you missed. So maybe 5-10 minutes ish. Although that was the last seam right there, so. All right. I had a table over there to help support the quilt weight. Move that out of the way. Ooh, just banged that up against the shelf. All right. Where's my top? Here's the top. Let's show it off to everybody. Whoops. Oh, it's sideways. My bad. I was like, wait, that's longer that way. All right, so I'm not going to get the whole thing in frame at one time, unfortunately. But this is the quilt top. I'll have to do a victory lap because there's a lot of seams that could come undone. But I've at least gotten the top together. I'm not going to do the victory lap today. I'll do that another day. But yeah, there we go. That's what it looks like. It's a good lap quilt. It's not huge, but it's a good lap quilt and a lot of fun looking. So there we go. That is the quilt for today. All right. So next week we'll start in on another Halloween project. I've got another Halloween quilt using fat quarters. I have them sitting off to the side over here. Oh no, I don't. They're in the other room. I took them into the other room. So we'll be working with some more fat quarters. Now see, here's where, do you see that one square right there? It's a different shade. That's the different fabric. So some of these squares have a little bit of a different shade to them, but it's so random. I don't think it'll matter all that much. So yeah, so next week we'll work on another Halloween project. We'll do one using fat quarters of Halloween fabric. And yeah, we do have the podcast coming out this week. We're celebrating 1 year of the Sew Off Kilter podcast, so make sure to check that out. Watch it on YouTube. It's going to be the best experience for you, I think, with that one. So watch it on YouTube, and then we'll be back next week. And I don't think I have anything else. I think that's it for today. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I love each and every one of you. Oh, November, forgot. November, coming up in November, we have the members only Zoom. So if you are a channel member, join me next month we're going to have a Zoom session. Put that on your calendar. It's on the calendar on my website, offkiltercrafterian.com. Make sure to go check out that calendar there. Mark it on your calendar, and we'll have a great day doing some sewing stuff. All right. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. I'll see you next week.